Looks hype, right? And like a moth to a flame, you are drawn to the hype, but not sure yet if you should dive in because of this, or even that. Well, let's take a look at all of this so you can make your own opinion. Quick disclaimer first, this is not a beginner's guide, there are plenty of those already online and probably way more thorough and detailed than whatever my dumb self can come up with. See this more as a Q&A, with every question that I come up with that I think someone that isn't sure should start playing the game would ask themselves. Yours or maybe they'll look at those lovely chapters. You have questions? I have answers? Probably. Let's get started. Why would I play a gacha game? Excellent question. Half of us are just morons who are just there to go into women, while the other half are just there to go into men, and based people go into both. For the times where gacha games were those really niche, crappy mobile games, since the Fire Nation attacked, they more than ever looks really good. Not that the average Joe could tell anyway. And fun to play as well. More on that later. Plus, let's not forget the term gacha is way more of a business model than an actual genre. But yeah, if you really hate the very system of gacha games, I can respect that. We can shake hands and both go our own way. But stamina system sucks though, no? This is not a thing that all of my friends that don't play gacha games really hate, us included really. Even though some of us are so brainwashed that they can find arguments to support these systems, don't listen to those guys. If you're starting the game, stamina won't be an issue. You have so much content to do in the first place which doesn't ask you to unload your precious stamina that it won't matter much. And spending it too early doesn't benefit you much anyway, as every stamina player will tell you to keep your stamina reserve for later on. Just focus on leveling your characters and weapon first. Ooh, finally a good advice, don't expect much more from me. But yes, eventually if you play for long enough, the loop will be logging in, unloading, log off, and see you tomorrow or until next patch. But if you are worried about that as your start, just don't be. Isn't the gameplay loop too repetitive? For most of the player base, yes. And this will feel especially true for a newer player that plays a lot. Okay, I'm gonna assume that all of you either already played the game and are watching this video in light of boredom, or you don't and want to get into it as someone who wants to pull for the Cyberpunk collab. It won't be like your average RPG game, let's say Cyberpunk by pure coincidence, where you start with just a gun, then mid-game you're this samurai with a katana that can deflect bullets and dash through enemies, then endgame and you somehow regress and want to beat the shit out of Adam Smasher with the dildo. I mean, we all did it, right? Here you start with Rebecca, then Rebecca, then Rebecca. We don't really have any upgrade gameplay wise because that's the thing with gacha games, the character that you pull or the upgrade. Do not have a skill tree or anything similar. Bosses do not have any real gameplay mechanics that differentiate them from each other. So you're basically button mashing, something low you click on it, ultimate glow you click on it, subscribe button glow you click, okay that was it. But don't leave yet. I know I'm not saying it well, but that's not all there is to it. There is an open world to explore, a story to enjoy, and other things you can enjoy as well. And the way I describe the gameplay loop is a bit dishonest. It's like saying that playing League is only using your skills and right clicking, which is true for some champs, but there is more to it coming right up. I am a casual or tryhard guy. Is it for me? Depend on your definition. Casual first. Of course it is, what game wouldn't? If you're one of those guys mentioned in old tales who go outside, have friends and a job, you can play at your own pace. The collab banner will be up for 32 days, which is more than enough time to make you pull Lucy and complete your Infinity Gauntlet. You will be able to play endgame if you invest a bit effort into learning very basic rotations with decent teams, and even if you can't, you don't miss much really. Pridwen, and I'm not afraid to say it, is an excellent place for anyone that wants to get into the game a bit more seriously, especially useful for data rotations or build. In addition, there is a lot of variety in events, going from rhythm game to tower defense to this. I dare say perfect for casuals. No offense, of course. Alright, next up in line, tryhards. Yes, you will have a lot of fun. The difference in gameplay and result from a casual and someone that actually know what he's doing is insanely big. Pretty much every characters have a lot of optimization and tech that you can do, and slowly learning them and implementing them to your gameplay is really satisfying. And that's coming from someone that played a lot of Devil May Cry and thought that I wouldn't be able to feel anything from any fighting, from any game, because everything looks like shit when you compare to it. It's that good. But I was wrong. I am often wrong. That's what my parents says at least. And if you're still one of us after some time, you can check the website Wuwa to compare the size of your enormous Bazuzu with others. Some events also features a friend in the board. Who never dreamed of being able to compare it with your friends? What about powercreep? Powercreep is a thing. Don't let anyone tell you it's not, it is. And not a small one on top of that. Now a more fitting question will be, is the powercreep an actual issue? And the answer is, it depends. The answer is always it depends. All the units will have trouble clearing without proper investment and skill. If you are good, you will make almost anything works. Don't worry too much about that. And if you're not, you can consider vertical investment or simply pulling for the newest unit. They will most likely be more than capable of clearing everything for a long time. And all the characters don't even rerun anyway. So if your favorite one is this chick, good luck with that. But at least it means that you can't fuck up and pull characters that are too weak. See, the cup is half full, but the beginning looks so painful though. It is, yes, and it will keep being that way until you reach the Black Shore or Runacita. Remember the names just in case. Personally, I'm not much of a story guy. I prefer clicking circles, and even I still believe that the story is not that bad. But I understand the argument. You can skip most dialogues anyway, and if you really don't care about it, you can even skip most of it completely and directly start with the newer patches if you want a taste of a better experience, to the detriment of maybe not understanding everything. But if you struggle staying awake reading all this, it may be worth it. And in the case where it's the gameplay that you find lackluster at first, that's a fair take as well. It's mostly because 4 stars characters that you are given at the beginning are really boring to play for most. But as I briefly mentioned earlier, Rebecca should really help with that considering her animation and kit, so you will have at least one funny character to use. Yipee! Will my friends judge me? Yes, and you can even flex it on your Discord profile if you're into being humiliated. I don't like Genshin. How is this game supposed to be different? I was hesitant about this one because I know that it will fuel the never-ending flame of tribalism between those two games, but a friend of mine genuinely asked me this and I found it to be an actual interesting question, which is rare coming from my friends. So no tribalism here, my own opinion on Genshin is very whatever, so don't see it as negativity, it's not. I will consider that you did play Genshin before to ask this question and that you left for one or more reasons. I'll go over the most common ones so you can make your own opinion. Let's go. Dialogues were too long, you can skip them. Terrible storytelling. I'm not a pro at telling stories, as you can probably tell by the script of this video, but I think it's pretty decent here. Not enough pulls? Here's the average we have per patch, which is more. How much more though I'm not doing the math. The soundtracks are bad? You are delusional. Plus no one ever said that. Combat felt bad? I don't think that there is a definition of peak combat because everyone has its own preferences when it comes to this, but if better for you means more dynamic and flashy, then yes, definitely. Exploration was too boring? I'm afraid that this won't change much in that regard. This isn't a game like your AAA RPG where exploration is rewarded by quests or items. It suffers from the fact that it's a gacha game and dev can't work on a single map for years, as they have to release one every 1 or 2 patches. But in the scenario where it didn't bother you because there was too much to do and the map looked like this, well, I let you know that now the exploration is way more manageable. Way more unique puzzles, minigames, and cool games. The developer seems to only be heading more and more in that direction, and just in general, the environments are gorgeous now. It's not like you will suffer exploring. Wasn't always the case though, don't look at the map for too long. I want to like the game, but nothing is hyping me much. Okay, no one ever thought of this. Plus, it's not even a question. I just wanted one category in which I could yap a little, and maybe one of you will relate, who knows. I was like this when the game first launched 2 years ago, and in gaming in general. I struggled to start new games and wanted to stay in my little comfort zone of games that I already knew how to play, because learning new games from scratch sounded like too much of a hassle when you're at least a tiny bit of a tryhard. If you recognize yourself here and don't want to start the game just for this reason, then just try it. Slowly at first. You learn a new character than the rest of the team, or you're more of an exploration guy, or a music guy. Find something that you really enjoy and stick to it, that's gonna help. Build something around this label that you have. Speaking of label, we all have this label that was stuck on our face as a kid. Your friend was the funny guy, your bully the asshole, your teacher the hot teacher, and yours was the one of the kids good at playing video games. Because you used to demolish all of your friends, and then slowly with time, and life being life, slowly we forget about it. And sometimes it hurts because we feel like we are betraying a part of ourselves. A part that we didn't even choose to have. But you grew up with that, so you believe it now, that you're this guy, this person. But trying could never hurt more than staying that way. And maybe it's not Wuthering Waves. Most likely it's not Wuthering Waves. Maybe it's another FPS, a rhythm game, a MOBA, Age of Empires 2, because you're really that much of a masochist. Or maybe not even a video game. And slowly you'll put a new label on your face. Your own this time. Not what others say or think that you are. The label of the one that is trying his best. And that's not betraying your old self, no. It is just growing up. And if you really aren't convinced yet, again, we have all of this. I've tasted it and approved.